All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Osborne Motors Endurance Challenge. This is week 6. It's our doubleheader sprint week. This is your fake racing driver, Marcus Osborne, in the booth with your co-host, Devin Adams. Devin Adams, how you doing?
I'm doing okay tonight. How are you doing today, Mr. Osborne?
I'm doing fantastic. Why are you doing only okay?
I don't know. Would you like me to say I'm doing good?
Are you not amped up for this race?
I am totally excited for this exciting race at Branch Hatch. Let me tell you about it.
Tell me about it. I'm ready.
This is a very interesting circuit. You know why?
Why?
Because in 2013, Branch Hatch was one of only a few circuits in the world to stage both F1, IndyCar, NASCAR events, and the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series.
When did NASCAR go to Europe?
No, NASCAR Whelen Euro.
What's NASCAR Whelen Europe?
It's like those, what do they call them? It's on the tip of my tongue. The modifieds, the
Dead air.
the modified cars.
Dead air.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Well, we're not racing those here tonight. We're racing GT3. Got about 3 minutes of practice left, and then we got that 10 minutes of solo quali. Which track do you like better tonight, Brands Hatch or Snetterton?
Neither.
How do you not like Brands Hatch?
It's too simple.
That's too simple, he says.
It needs to be more of a spa, circuit day spa Francorchamps.
It's basically like a mini spa.
No, it's not. Not even a little bit.
I mean, it's got the same thing. It's got some hills. It's got some turns. It's got a straight. It's got some curbs. I don't know what else you want.
I want it to be an exact replica of Spa.
We, a little note here. We got who is at the top of the Pro Division. Do you have a guess? For points finishings?
Scott Kimbrough.
That's a word. That is definitely Scott Kimbrough. He is at first place, and Jake Luther is second place, with Bradley Alvis in third place overall for the Pro Championship, which is interesting because that is the top 3 times out there on the track tonight. The top 4 drivers are only separated by 0.3.
Marcus, I have a very important question to ask you right now.
I have a very important answer.
What did you have for dinner?
Chipotle quesadillas.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
With that chicken al pastor, that spicy chicken.
I gotcha.
It was delicious.
I was just curious because, you seem a little bit too amped up.
I'm always amped up. We got Crash back there. Who's that?
Number 10. Oh, no. Position 10. I'm sorry.
Is that Tony Casito? Is the Porsche? Well, Tony Casito going off in turn
Hayes.
1 there. That was our boy Kevin Hayes. Well, we're not going to see it.
So.
We're not going to see it. It's gone. We're at qualifying. Who is going to be the first one on the track? Oh, my thing's all messed up.
Marcus,
What?
share screens with me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. I'll forgive you this time.
It says ASMR OMEC. All right, you got that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, we are out on the track. Who's this? This is our first man. I gotta put it live. I don't like what's happening right now.
Do you think Nick Terrell is going to qualify tonight?
He's been qualifying every night.
I did a off-air interview with him, and he said that he's been qualifying this season only because he has a teammate to, perform for.
He's got someone who's actually looking out for him, making him do his best.
Exactly.
First out
Now
on the
real
track.
question is,
What's your real question?
where is Bob Lindell going to qualify tonight? I think he's going to be towards the front of the pack because he's very strong at Brands Hatch.
That's not what I heard, but I'd love to see it.
I heard, of course, insider information, you know. I'm betting on this race, don't tell anybody. One of my sources said that Bob Lindell, his last 3 appearances at Brands Hatch have all been top 10s.
Good thing only like 4 people watch the stream.
How many people do we have watching right now? I'll find out. I'm going to give them all a shout out. Right
I'm
now.
going to guess 5.
5, you said?
I'm going to guess 5.
There's 50 people watching right now.
There's not. You're going to bring Bob Lindell in here for his onboard pace lap? Bring him in.
Ooh. Is he just pulling out now?
Yes. He's just coming. He's on his flying lap.
Oh.
Oh, he's in the dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's in the dirt. We were just... You're good. Not a lot of damage. Keep it going.
Oh, I got wheel damage.
No, yeah, you got some damage there. Yeah, that was not good.
Yeah, I'm going to be struggle bus tonight, so keep your eye on me. It could be entertaining.
We were looking for a lap description from you.
Yeah, we were
I was going to say, this is one I cannot do. This one, and honestly, the next track, too. I'm still wrestling through them. I don't got the flow of either of them yet.
Well, we will be rooting for you tonight. Devin's got money on the line, so if you lose,
Oh, perfect.
he's going to have people knocking down his door.
Oh, man, that'll make it all the sweeter.
I do not have any money to pay for the bets. Please win.
I was really excited for tonight. My pedals have been loose, the pedal faces, and I tightened them up for tonight. And I was like, oh, this is going to make all the difference in the world. But it's not looking like that.
Well, I think you'll pull it together. At least it's dry track tonight, no rain, so
Yeah, we'll see how that works out.
get out there, give us your best shot.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Yeah.
You too.
Enjoy your...
Hopefully I don't talk to you again.
Oh,
No, you will talk to us again.
Yeah,
once
we'll
get
drag you back in
replaced.
here. Don't worry.
I don't think you want to talk to us.
Well, he's got to go redo his lap now. We're looking at Chris Kraus, who has not set a lap yet. This might be his out lap. Or his first lap. We'll see if he's going to put a time on the board as we go on board. He has not put a time on the board. He's coming down into turn 3, this hairpin here. He's the only one in the McLaren tonight. Definitely picking the odd car out. This is my favorite part about Brands Hatch. You get to come through, you get to run out on that brick curbing on the grass there. He might have gotten off track, I'm not sure. Coming up to this fast sweeping left-hander, feet in the power till you get to that apex, and then you get to go up over top of this completely blind hill. And then these next 2 corners, Devin, as you come through here through this dip, this is the icing on the cake right here. This is why you gotta love this track. First fast right sweeper, and this corner right here, completely blind. You just gotta turn it in. Hope you got the car in the right spot. Really take that curbing and commit. It didn't look like Chris committed that well there. But we do have Scott Kimbrough on a flyer. He's got all purple sectors, if you see down there, in the Lamborghini. He's coming to a stop. Oh,
He
because
said,
he just...
I am not going any quicker than this.
Yeah, he went across the finish line with a 1:22.9, 3/10 ahead of Luther, so that definitely was a quick lap. Luther's not out there anymore. He doesn't have an answer to it. Dan Rutherford also not out there. Oh, they are out there. My camera just keeps going back to scenic because it hates me. It hates me. Jesse Olsen didn't have an answer for it. He's down there in 6th place.
Uh-oh, Nick Terrell connection dropped. Is he going to qualify tonight?
Maybe not if his connection dropped.
I have a side bet on Nick Terrell qualifying or not.
You need to stop all these side bets. It's not going to work out for you.
I think it was only going to work out for me. I think we're going to win this one.
Well, your main bet, Bob Lindell's down in 16th place.
Have you ever seen this guy race?
Well, for about 2 years now.
I don't think you have. This guy, he's a demon. He will get those 6 spots that I need.
I think he's the opposite of a demon.
He's a speed demon.
Joe Evers knocked off P1 with Michael Doyen. Michael Doyen
Ooh.
takes P1. Doyen Heating and Plumbing. Usually been qualifying towards the back of the track up here at P1. Doesn't look like maybe, yeah, that's what it says on my timing.
For me, it still says Doyen has a 25.1 and Kimbrough has a 22.9.
Well, yeah, that's pro. Doyen's an amateur.
Oh.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, my.
Doyen got P1 by, it got taken away by Thomas Pereira?
No, Pereira.
Pereira. It's not Pereira. It's Pereira.
Or what does the I? Where's the I? Pereira? No, there's an I.
Well, yeah, but it's not Pereira because there's no I before the A. It's R-A. I'm not going to have you tainting this stream. You better get ready for your grid walk. There's somebody coming in 3 minutes.
More than ready.
2 minutes and 50 seconds. We've had some complaints about it from the commenters.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
That pronunciation of spa physically hurt me.
Me too. I don't know. Honestly, I think he did pretty good. I think that was one of his better pronunciations.
Francorchamps.
You're getting there. Well, you could have sounded it out. Landon Orr's just kind of sitting on the track. Not really sure what's going on with him. You want to pull him in here and see if he's having a stroke?
I would love to pull him in here.
He's in second gear. He's ready.
Landon Orr, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
We're hanging in there. A little bit of arguing here and there, but just like an old couple, right?
Are you are you hanging out on the track for fun?
I am, because I already have done my laps right now, and I was actually trying to pull up your stream right now to send to a friend of mine.
Oh, nice. Well, you're the main focus right now.
Oh, I'm seeing that now.
We had to make sure you weren't having a stroke or something.
Oh, no, I'm alive.
Make sure there's no medical emergency. Didn't have to send the ambulance out there. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, EMTs? I don't know what it is. The medical car, that's what it is.
Yeah, there you go. The medical Mercedes.
I just call it a wee woo.
I think that's the technical name for it.
I believe so. How you feeling? You qualified top 10 tonight. You think you're gonna have a good finish?
I did? Oh, in my class, or?
Yeah. P8 in the amateurs.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad. I'm feeling okay about Brands Hat. I didn't get much practice in, but I've driven it a bunch. I'm feeling a lot better about Snetterton, but I'm just shooting to survive for Brand.
Can you explain to Devin why he's wrong for not liking Snetterton?
Oh, because it takes skill, which I know is hard.
Ooh, that's true. I think that's what it is.
No, man, Snetterton's all about that late apex. Like, once you get it down, it feels so good. But until you get it down, it feels terrible.
That's a
He's
problem.
really wrong about Mosport, though. That's my biggest gripe right now.
I've never heard a single person not like Mosport except Devin.
See,
Yeah,
my thing is, I don't remember who said it, but somebody said it's one of the best, or it's the best Canadian track. To which I said, there's literally like 2 Canadian tracks.
That's true. But well,
not
Patrick is from Canada, though, so maybe there's some small little local tracks he's talking about.
There is that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more than 2 tracks in Canada. Just 2 tracks on iRacing.
They've got a good 3 months of no snow, so you got to do something.
Yeah. Well, all right. Good luck with your race. We're gonna kick you out of here. Devin's gonna get on his grid walk. I don't know if he was in focus or party. Which one was he in?
He was in focus.
Oh man, we pulled him out of focus.
Well, it sounded like he was driving anyway.
That's
So
true.
for our pro division, we have Scott Kimbrough in first place with a 122.9, Jake Luther with a 123.2, Aaron Myers in third with a 123.4, Darren Rutherford in fourth with a 123.5, Bradley Elvis with a 123.8 in fifth, Jesse Olson with a 123.8 in sixth, Matthew Wyckoff with a 124.2 in seventh, Nate Sides with a 124.6 in eighth, Daniel Hall in ninth with a 124.9, Kevin Medina in 10th with a 125.0, and Mitch Buenaventura with a 125.2 in 11th. And then finally we have Nick Terrell, who did not qualify, in 12th. Then for amateur class, we have Thomas Pereira something in 124.7 in P1. Then we have Michael Doyen in P2 with a 125.1. Joe Evers with a 125.2 in 3rd. Skylar Gregg with a 125.2 in 4th. Chris Kraus with a 125.3. Tony Caicedo in 5th.
6th.
6th, that's what I said. With a 125.30. Kevin Hayes in 7th with a 125.5. Landon Orr in 8th with a 125.6. Matt Markley with a 125.9. Shane Brown in 10th.
Yep.
Fennessini in 11th. Parker Merrill in 12th. Keith Gwinnett in 13th. Chris Wells in 14th. Christopher Piero in 15th. Bob Lindell in 16th. Charles Rotes in 17th. And did not qualify, Brian Anthony in 18th.
That was beautiful. You kind of mix it up there. I wasn't expecting you to do pros and then down to amateurs.
Yeah, I kind of
Keep me on my toes. I don't know. I don't know if I liked it.
thought about that like a minute ago.
I fully support it. We have a full pace lap here at Brands Hatch.
Nick Terrell did not qualify. I lost my side bet. Oh no, I won my side bet. I don't even remember what I bet on.
You don't even remember what your bet was. How do I know you actually won?
Hang on, let me check my FanDuel app. Sponsor for FanDuel.
I don't even know what
Use
FanDuel
my code so I can get a $10 bet.
I'm going to send you to Gambling Anonymous.
That's not fun.
It's not funny. It's serious. It wasn't a joke.
I can stop whenever I want.
Did you hear that awkward silence? It's because you have a problem.
No, I don't.
We'll talk about it after the stream.
Okay, thank God.
And,
Anyways.
There's a bunch of people sitting in a circle outside your room currently. We've all written letters. That's right. Dead air.
Everybody in the
Dead
party
air.
chat seems to be muted up. It seems like everybody in party needs to be in focus chat.
Well,
You notice
they're ready.
that? I don't think they're that ready.
I didn't notice that, but we're on board with who qualified? Jake Luther, who's our pole sitter.
Nope.
In the Porsche. Was he?
Yes, he was by 3 times.
That's right. Scott Kimbrough, pole sitter. We got a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, and Mercedes in the top 4. That's going to be quite the battle. That's what happens when you don't have the meta car. Darren Rutherford jumped to the pits. Don't know what happened to him. Didn't feel like racing that pace lap. He was tired of it. But we are coming around the final corner here. The pace car is going to head in.
He really threw away that P4 in Pro Class.
Yeah. And we are ready
Interesting.
for 30 minutes of racing here at Brands Hatch. Pace car is in the pit lane. The cars are coming across the finish line. There's the green flag. And here is everyone coming down the straight, piling into turn 1. We got Scott Kimbrough up in first, but Jake Luther, Aaron Myers going side by side into turn 1. Looks like Jake Luther is going to get the run on him on the outside. They're coming down into turn 2. This hairpin, not enough to send it up the inside of Scott Kimbrough. No crashes yet. Everyone's going too wide through the hairpin. Coming down here into turn 3 for the run up to turn 4. Everyone's running wide out there on those bricks. For this final left-hand hairpin of turn 5 onto the first straight of the track. Going up that hill, Scott Kimbrough already has quite the gap. He's pulled away half a second lead already. Followed closely by Jake Luther and Aaron Myers. Right behind Aaron Myers, we got Bradley Alvis in that Valhalla Ferrari, followed by Jesse Olsen in that Sudi Mercedes. It's a pretty cool looking Sudi Mercedes. We got some people going off track.
Shane Brown.
Keith Gwinnett and Shane Brown coming together. Sudi and Valhalla doors touching. They got away with that pretty easy.
Yeah, they did.
That was a good save. Almost looked intentional. I like it. We got another off track for Shane Brown. And an off track for Michael Doyen. Let's see what happened with Michael Doyen. Michael Doyen getting around Kevin Medita. Uh-oh. Kevin Medita gets on the side of Michael Doyen. That just spins him. He's not going to be happy about that one. Oh, got on the side of Kevin Medita and then up the rear end from Tony Casado. That one was rough. That's not a good looking one.
Spin from the 222 Mercedes. Matt Markley. Kept it safe, keeps it off track. Spins himself around, and he's right back on track. That
What
puts
happened to
him
Matt
at dead
Markley
last,
here?
though.
He's in the Mercedes. Look like he's all up on the back of Chris Kraus looking to make a pass. Ooh, he got spun by that Sudi BMW. That was not his own spin. Take a look at this again. I'm going to back it up. That's not backing up. That's going forwards. That's not what I want. We're going to back up. And we're going to see what happened with that Mercedes. Coming around. Avoided Chris Kraus. And yeah, gets hit in the back by that Mercedes. The number 4, or the BMW. Who's in the number 4 BMW?
The number 4 BMW is Kevin Medita.
Kevin Medita. Involved with an incident with Michael Doyen. Incident with... Who were we just watching there?
That
Matt
was
Markley.
Matt Markley.
Kevin Medita might be on a mission. Might be someone to look out for. Taking hits
That will
left
be
and right.
Investigated by the stewards after the race. I am the stewards.
What is your verdict? That's good.
I don't have one
That's
yet.
that's a good verdict. That's good, quick decisions
to-
that we've made.
I'd have to watch it 7 times over a cup of coffee and then
We
I'll
got
understand what I
Keith-
just saw.
Keith Gwinnett made a pass on Shane Brown, and then Shane Brown went off the track. Oh, that's because Shane Brown spun right there on turn 1. That's not going to be happy for him. Shane Brown came back on the track, and then we have Keith Gwinnett, who passed him, went off on the next corner. There's that Valhalla Audi fishtailing out of control there. Keeps it in the grass, keeps it out of trouble. And then we get an off track from Nick Terrell. What do you think happened to him?
Uncommon racing incident.
Oh, he might be dead after that one.
No, he's moving. He's moving. We're good.
That was
Unless
just-
his throttle stuck.
just some severe brain damage.
Looks like the only thing
Oh, that
BMW took him out.
netcode. I think that was, well, for my end, it was netcode. We look there. I don't even think they touch. As he's coming down.
Nope.
That was unfortunate. He cut it extremely close. And Nick Terrell's not going to be happy with that one at all.
Dude, he's got a rear engine car, right? That's something to keep his head up for.
I mean, that's true. It's probably not going to handle very good, though.
Is he in the pits?
We got a crash from Keith. He is in the pits. We got a crash from Keith Gwinnett again. Off the
Pull
track.
Nick Terrell in here?
That Audi is all over the place. Yeah, pull Nick Terrell in here.
Are you okay? Nick Terrell. Terrell.
Don't talk to me.
All right, send him out of here.
Okay.
Nick Terrell not happy to be pulled into the booth, but hopefully that means he is okay. He's got all to make up. Hopefully he's used that fast repair. He's back on the track. What do you think of that, Devin Adams?
I think he's going to use his fast repair, and I think he's going to definitely score at least a top 5 out of this.
But he's going to get
That's
minus
just what he
5
does.
points because he told the broadcasters not to talk to him.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Devin's writing it down in his journal as he speaks. We have another crash from Keith Gwinnett. Did he crash after leaving the pit lane? Did he stop? Oh, yeah. I think he's done. I think he is done. Charles Rotes made a pass on Christopher Piero. There's Charles Rotes, the sauce. Taking on the inside on the last turn, making that pass on Christopher Piero, making it stick. He's going to send it up into turn 1. Does Christopher Piero have an answer to him? Back end getting a little loose there on the sauce. Do you like that paint job?
That is a new one for him. I like it.
It does look like Christopher Piero ended up making another pass here. Yep, there is the sauce. Ran wide off the grass, couldn't handle the pressure, and Piero takes his spot back. The rightful throne of 15th place in the amateur division. We got a couple passes back and forth. Bob Lindell and Parker Merrill. Porsche v Porsche coming down that back straight into the left two sweepers. They are side by side. They're going to stick it in. Neither of them are backing out. Bob, who says he doesn't know the track, but he's keeping it too wide. Kind of looks like they're holding everyone up. Looks like Parker Merrill does get around him. Does Bob Lindell have an answer? I don't believe so. Michael Doyen made a pass on Chris Wells in the same corner. We got that pack behind him. That's Michael Doyen, Chris Wells, and Matt Markley. Michael Doyen still has a little bit of damage there from that incident on lap 2, I believe. We're going to look at some of our close battles here. We got Mitch Buenaventura that we're going on board with right behind Christopher Piera, who's in the amateur division. First place. Kind of clubbing some baby seals out there. He is in the amateur division, but he is pulling away from everyone. But he has Buenaventura in the pro division, trying to hunt him down. 3/10 behind him. Coming into this final sector of corners here at Brands Hatch. Let's see if he can get a good run. It does look like he is getting close. See if he can get a nice run here onto the back straight to make that pass happen. Will we see a move being made into turn 1? I don't think so. Looks like he's fallen back a little too far for that to happen. We got a crash from Shane Brown in that Sudi Mercedes. Was it a crash? Just a little off track. Back end gets loose, a little off track, keeps it out of the wall. No big deal. Tony Castillo going off track. This track is a little challenging for people tonight. We got Landon Orr back there in the thick of things. He is behind Kevin Medina in the pro division in that BMW, and there is Chris Kraus getting loose in that McLaren. Landon Orr is able to make that pass, and now he's all over the back of Kevin Medina, hunting him down, looking to make another pass through this fast blind right-hand corner here, sending it through. How's your bets looking over there, Devin?
It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all.
We got Landon Orr chasing down Kevin Medina, who is chasing down Tony Caicedo, who is all over the back of Joe Evers. A nice little battle in the midfield here, 11th through 15th overall, but that's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for the amateur division. Landon Orr getting ever closer to Kevin Medina, looking for a spot to make a move. Coming down to turn 3, almost looks like he's going for the switcheroo there. It has the speed. Can he get the line right on this final hairpin before the main straight? Trying to get the draft. You don't get the draft as much in the GT3 cars anymore, I think. I feel like they changed it.
I think they did. I think that was in the, not last season, the season before.
Well, that's pretty upsetting. We got Tony Caicedo who's holding up Kevin Medina a little bit, and that's going to give Landon Orr, hopefully, the opportunity he needs to make a pass.
Can you see people who are test driving this? Like, while the race is going on?
I cannot.
Okay.
Are you test driving it?
I cannot confirm or deny that statement.
Is that why you've been saying nothing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, what are you test driving?
The Ford and what, the controller?
You are the worst. If Kevin Medina side by side with Tony Caicedo, turn 1, going through the switchback. Kevin Medina is fighting for his life out there with Tony Caicedo. Landon Orr is looking to make a move to get away from Chris Kraus, who is starting to reel him in. Chris Kraus has Skylar Gregg and Darren Rutherford behind him. Kevin Medina runs wide, trying to get around Tony Caicedo. Tony Caicedo's on the inside. Landon Orr still hanging in back there. Looks like Kevin Medina is going to get that pass made on Tony Caicedo. Heading up to the main straight here. Orr still has some work cut out for him. He's got those headlights in the back and some people to contend with at the front. Coming up here all over the back of Caicedo through these two fast right-handers.
Now we're back.
What have you learned from your unauthorized test drive?
I've learned a lot from it. One of the things being, the Ford is not easy to drive on a Xbox controller.
The Ford's terrible to drive with everything.
I would disagree with that. It's one of the best cars in the sim.
We have
Easiest
quite
to
the
drive.
battle here. Tony Caicedo still on the back of Kevin Medina, sticking his nose out. Orr kind of in the McLaren, looking to stick his nose in the hairpin, and he's going to keep it there on the inside. Landon Orr is forced to the outside. They're coming too wide, and it turns 3 and 4 here. Landon Orr manages to keep his Ferrari head just a little bit, but turn 5 here, the hairpin, got to get the line right, or Chris Kraus is going to have that run, but Chris Kraus is compromised from Skylar Gregg behind him. Orr runs wide, gets on the grass. Chris Kraus looking to capitalize on that mistake, but keep that Porsche behind him. Coming up to turns, I believe, 6 and 7. These right-handers here, they're very critical to not mess up. Landon Orr on that grass, kicking a little bit up. Looks like he is slowly pulling away from Kraus, building the gap about a half a second now. He has fallen back from Caicedo by about half a second as well. Hopefully he can just get in a groove there and do what he needs to do. Chris Kraus, who is in 6th in amateur division. That was pretty good. He's getting his nose out there, making stuff happen. He's got those sooty Porsches behind him. Does the McLaren even have a rear view?
It does.
You can't see it in cockpit view, so there's nothing to worry about. There's no one even behind him. Look at that. Smooth sailing. That is Darren Rutherford behind Chris Kraus now. He made a pass on Skylar Gregg. We have some stuff that has been going on. Nate Sides went off the track and had to enter the pits.
The Demon Sides.
The Iceman Sides not able to keep it together. That we did witness that when you were coming back from your test drive. He entered the pits. We do have a crash from Parker Merrill, who was having a two-wide battle with Bob Lindell earlier. Here he is coming into turn 1. We're going to see what happens for this crash. Looks like he just ran wide, went slow. Don't know where the crash was. It's almost like he forgot where he was. I'm not sure what's happening with Parker Merrill. We do have a crash from Christopher Piero. This isn't a crash. Oh, that is a crash. He got into the back of Parker Merrill, and there is Charles Rotes behind him trying to make his way through the chaos as we have a car rolling backwards on the track. Not sure what happened there. It doesn't look good. Nate Sides back on the track in his repaired car, making that pass on Michael Doyen, heading up. Ooh, close pass on Michael Doyen, but that was perfect. Heading up to cover some ground with Bob Lindell. We still have Rutherford behind Kraus Kraus still behind Orr, and Orr is still behind Caicedo. Kevin Medina, I feel like he was feeling that pressure and really got it kicked into gear. Did not want any of that. We got up front Buenaventura and Pereira in a little bit of battle of their own, chasing down that Ferrari of Daniel Hall. Nate Sides got around Michael Doyen, and here he is getting around Bob Lindell of SloMec. Bob Lindell's teammate, Patrick Cantrell, is unable to attend the race today, so Bob's out there fighting for points all by himself. Feeling the pressure, gonna crack a little bit, and there is Nate Sides running wide on the track after he made that pass. What do you think's going through Nate Sides' head right now? You think he's calm and collected?
As always. You don't get a nickname like the Iceman without being calm and collected.
Which is interesting that he made that mistake. Darren Rutherford finally made the pass on Chris Kraus. Here's that brown Valhalla Lamborghini coming down that back straight. Looks like he was able to get around no problem. Chris Kraus either let him by or got a poor exit on that last corner. But if we look up, Landon Orr has maybe closed the gap on Tony Caicedo. Chris Kraus going off the track. Chris Kraus turns in on the OnlyFans BMW. What is happening to Chris Kraus? He just took him out like he wasn't even there. He didn't have his blind spot monitor on. That's what happens.
He's just not paying attention tonight.
Looks like everyone is pretty well spread out. The top three still running in just their top three formation there. Scott Kimbrough, full 2.5 seconds ahead of Jake Luther. Like there isn't even any competition. Jake Luther out there dodging that green Porsche, and Aaron Myers for P3 behind him has to navigate his way around that lap traffic. And there's that green Porsche off in the sand. Parker Merrill not having a good time after he was taken out. Looks like our top three having fun passing him and Charles Rotes. Some lap traffic there. We got Jesse Olson in that pink and orange Sudi Mercedes, still holding it down there in 5th place for the Pro Division, followed by Matthew Wyckoff in the Valhalla Lamborghini. 9 seconds behind Olson and 5 seconds in front of Hall. Just kind of racing his own race. Looks like we had some moves on Darren Rutherford. First, here's Darren Rutherford's pass on Landon Orr. On that fast blind right-hander, really sent it in. Said, get out of my way, I got stuff to do. And then after that, he made a pass on Tony Caicedo, coming up the front straight. A little bit of buff drafting, pulls out, sends it on the inside. That's like he's driving an entirely different car. How is he that much faster? He said to himself in the void.
How much practice he's throwing this.
How much practice has Tony Caicedo done? I feel like he's the hardest practicing person I've ever seen. Landon Orr finally made the pass on Tony Caicedo. Again, those fast right-handers, they go through the first one. Landon Orr just sends it, sticks it on the outside, and goes around him no problem. We're 20 minutes into this race. We've got 10 minutes left. Buenaventura still all over the back of Pereira. As they're making their way through lap traffic, Buenaventura just waiting for his right moment to strike. Darren Rutherford making all those passes, now hunting down Kevin Medina for that coveted P11 of the Pro Division. He even pitted lap 1. Oh yeah, he started from the he left on the pit lane, didn't he? The pace lap.
Yes, he did.
Well, the Pro Division is all super sorts of spread out, but as always in this amateur division, it is a tight fight for P3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all almost within a second of each other. Have just been staying in this train here. Joe Evers still holding it down in 3rd place. Our man Michael Doyen has managed to make his way back up to P11, down 9 spots from his grid, looking to make a pass on Bob Lindell. We're going to go on board with Michael Doyen. Bob Lindell taking that wide line into turn 5 here, I believe, coming up this main straight. See if he can get some kind of run into turns 6 and 7 here, these fast right-handers. Touching the curbs on the inside there, run it out as wide as possible. This really got to send it, throw it in on the inside. Looks like he has a good run on Bob if he can keep the speed up. Not quite, not enough to send it in. Coming through turn 8 there, coming here through turn 9. He's all over the back. If only he can keep this momentum up through this corner. Looks like Bob might get a little bit of an exit for the run coming into the final corner. Michael Doyen comes in hot. Can he keep up the momentum on the start-finish straight? See if he makes a move coming into turn 1. Is he going to send it up the side? He's not. He's letting it off, lifting, coasting a little bit. Maybe, hopefully, getting a better exit, just waiting for his time. Think anyone's going to have to pit for fuel in this race?
I'm not seeing a fuel stop in this race. There's little to no chance.
Why would Michael Doyen be lifting and coasting? That is the question. We got someone entering the pits. Parker Merrill. Charles Rotes entered the pit lane. Assuming to get a refill on sauce. He put that pit limiter on super early. He was not getting a speeding penalty, tell you what.
Maybe there will be a pit stop during this race.
Yeah, you think he's stopping for fuel?
Maybe.
I mean, I suppose a lot of the track is probably kind of flat out.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of uphill portions. We do run the high downforce setup, so there is a lot of drag on those cars. Doyen needs to get around Bob Lindell, or he is going to have Chris Wells soon trying to make a move on him, because he has been reeling him in, and I don't think he's going to be patient enough. We're in the last 7 minutes of the race. The Pro Division is just all sorts of spread out.
It's an interesting...
The Amateur Division's where it's at. Nick Tyrrell finally making up some ground, made a pass on Christopher Piero. Christopher Piero went off there a little bit on the wide. Nick Tyrrell will take it. Still a lap down from the pros. Who is Nick Tyrrell's teammate?
Fire truck.
I agree. Fire truck Tyrrell. That's his new name.
Hang on. His
What am I hanging on to?
Thomas Clausen, who is not here tonight.
Ooh, it's gonna be a bad hit for the points. Then it was all on Nick Tyrrell's shoulder. Might not have been able to handle the pressure. Nate Sides went off track again. Nate Sides
is Thomas Pereira, who is P1 and amateur right now. His teammate's not here either.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of a smaller grid tonight. Some missing people. That off track from Nate Sides was nothing to worry about. Darren Rutherford did make the pass on Kevin Medina, though.
This should
that
be
happen?
A decent performance for Tony Caicedo and Fenacini of...
You got a champ.
Outlander Racing.
There you go.
Whose team motto is slightly faster.
Benaccini did just make a pass on Chris Kraus, because Chris Kraus is coming out of the wall. What happened? What happened, buddy? Looks like he's... Ooh, got loose. That is going to be upsetting for Chris Kraus. Looks like he was...
Another thing I'm noticing. Scott Kimbrough's teammate is not here tonight.
Why do we have so many missing teammates?
I'm not sure.
Need to open up an investigation of this. That looks like... Oh yeah, Michael Doyen, we're on him. He's closing down that gap to Bob Lindell. That's a 1/10 of a second. Michael Doyen only has about 3.5 minutes to get this pass done. He has Scott Kimbrough making his way through. The leader's going through. Scott Kimbrough gets a little busy on the back of that bumper. He has P2 and P3 also trying to make him through. That is gonna be a little frustrating for him. He made up all that ground on Bob Lindell, and then you got the leaders coming through, and now he lost a full 2 seconds. He's 2.5 seconds back from Bob Lindell currently. That was almost painful to see.
Aaron Myers, his points, for his team points, that is, are going to take a tick after this race, or take a hit.
Aaron Myers also has no teammate?
No, he does, but his teammate left 15 laps ago.
Interesting. Is that Keith Gwinnett? Shane Brown? Parker Merrill?
That would be Keith Gwinnett.
Keith Gwinnett. Keith Gwinnett was having a little bit of a race there.
Yeah, he was.
Unfortunately, it's like all those lead lap people caught Michael Doyen at the worst time. They all got around Bob Lindell, no problem. Michael Doyen still has a lot of time to make up. Going up here to Mr. Anthony, Brian Anthony, that OnlyFans BMW flashing his lights at Chris Kraus, hoping he will let him by. Doesn't look like Chris Kraus is just going to let him by with flash those lights. He's taking that defensive line. He's going to keep the inside. His front hood there just wiggling around. Brian Anthony flashing the lights, but Brian Anthony has a fully repaired BMW, and Chris Kraus has a beat-up McLaren. You think he could make the pass?
Not today, he can't. Not today.
Michael Doyen has made up the gap again. He is all of a sudden on the back of Bob Lindell. He has less than 2 minutes till the end of the race to make a pass happen. And also, up in the Pro Division, finally there's some action. Jake Luther all over the back of Scott Kimbrough. They're within half a second. We definitely don't think we're going to see any pit stops for fuel tonight. Unless he was just biding his time. Scott Kimbrough had a lead of like almost 2 seconds there. I think that lap traffic, I'll just let Jake Luther catch up to him, no problem. Brian Anthony ended up entering the pit lane. Not sure what was going on there. Don't know why he was flashing Chris and then needed to enter the pit lane, but there you have it. Jake Luther down to 0.3 of a second, coming around for what is probably their final lap of the session. With about 30 seconds, Scott Kimbrough, there is the white flag being waved, so we are on the final lap. Bob Lindell did get a pass made, or Michael Doyen finally got that pass made on Bob Lindell. We will go back and take a look at that. But we have Jake Luther set it up the inside in a desperate attempt. Knocks doors with Scott Kimbrough, cuts through the grass. They both keep it up. Scott Kimbrough not going to let him have it. Almost looks like Jake Luther backed off a little bit, saying, hey, my bad. Tried for a send, didn't work. We'll see if he's going to make another one happen here through this hairpin, up this final straight to these last two fast right-handers where everyone's been making passes. He's here. He's in the draft. The gap's going down. Closed it from 0.4 to 0.3. Coming around these final two corners, it's looking like he's not going to make a move. I don't know. You think he's going to send it on the final corner? Or was that hairpin his last and only chance?
I think he's got it.
Oh, there goes Scott Kimbrough wide on the grass. Jake Luther's going to try to capitalize on that. Take it out wide. Doesn't quite have the grip to make it happen. We are coming up to the final corner. If Scott Kimbrough can keep it together and not make a mistake. There goes Jake Luther sending it in after him, and it looks like Scott Kimbrough is going to clinch it for first place. Just barely. What an exciting last lap. There's first place, Scott Kimbrough. Second place, Jake Luther. And third place, Aaron Myers. Across the line, quite a ways back, we got Bradley Alvis in fourth place, 12 seconds behind Scott Kimbrough. Coming across the line, Michael Doyen in that pink and orange Mercedes. Not Michael Doyen, Jesse Olsen in that Mercedes. Kept it clean for the whole race. Got Matthew Wyckoff with Daniel Hall 0.2 seconds behind him. coming here in the final corner, able to keep that Tron liveried Ferrari behind him. Mitch Buenaventura coming across the line in 8th place. And you got 9th place, Darren Rutherford in that Valhalla Lamborghini. Kevin Hayes got 1st place in the amateur division. Followed by Kevin Medina, 10th place in the pros, and Landon Orr, P2 in the amateur division. P3, we got Thomas Pereira in that Audi, going to be coming across the line. P4, Joe Evers in that Porsche. Chris Kraus had a lot of troubles tonight, but still managed to pull off a P5 in that really rough-looking OMEC McLaren. Nate Sides did not have the race he wanted tonight. Hopefully he can do better at Snetterton. He's down there 11th place, 16th overall. Skylar Gregg, P6. And Tony Casito and Fennicini, teammates coming across the line, 7th and 8th in the amateur division. Matt Markley, he's gone. And Bob Lindell. Is Bob Lindell out of gas? Or he already made it across the line. And Michael Doyen back in 11th. That rounds our top 10 for amateur, top 10 for pro. Do we have anyone waiting?
Jake Luther ready for his interview.
You got him?
You got him.
Jake Luther.
Luther.
That was a heck of a last lap. How'd you feel about that? Sent it in on the inside there on that hairpin. Was that a desperate move or was that a mistake?
Yeah, there's not too many places on the track I feel like you can overtake well, and I watched it back and it seemed a little opportunistic on my part. So, I mean, I saw it looked like he turned in a little bit, but I mean, vortex of danger, am I right? Like,
yeah,
too far back. So I made sure to let him go by again because I wouldn't want to, win on a stupid incident like that. More mad that I was at a 0x and then that put me to a 1. So.
Oh, that is definitely some clean racing though. That was good. Did you hold back, just kind of taking it easy the whole lap, or was it that lap? Was it the lap traffic that let you finally get up closer to Kimbrough? Because it looked like he was pulling 2-3 seconds there for a while in the middle of the race.
Yeah, I was 1 second behind him the whole time, and then lap traffic lost me like 2.5 seconds to him. But then it kind of gave it right back. That's racing. So.
Definitely. Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do at Snetterton. Which one do you like better, Brands Hatch or Snetterton?
God, I love both the tracks, but I feel really under practiced for both. So I feel like that was my peak tonight. We'll see how it goes. But the Porsche's hairy on the cold tires on all the braking zones, so you might see me in a wall. We'll see.
All right. Well, hopefully...
Now I have a quick question for you, real fast.
There you go.
Where's your teammate at?
Oh, J-Hall? Yeah, I don't know where he's at.
Haven't been in communication with him at all?
No, dude, I haven't been like online in a little bit, so I
gotcha.
See what's going on. Yeah.
I was just curious because I noticed that a bunch of different guys didn't have their teammates tonight.
Oh, Thanos snap probably. Usually gets them like that.
Oh shit! Didn't see that coming for mid-season. All right. Well, good luck at Snetterton. Maybe we'll be talking to you next race.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
And here we have Scott Kimbrough, P1 in the pro division. I'm sorry.
Hello, guys. How are you?
How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing good?
Yes, sir.
That last lap, that was some crazy stuff. How you feeling after that?
Yeah. It was, I thought it was going to be kind of a calm finish, and then all of a sudden we came up on a bunch of lap cars, and Brands Hatch can be a little tricky depending on where you catch people at. So those that last group of lap cars to pass did not work out in my favor.
Yeah. I noticed. Wait, hang on. 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm bad broadcaster.
You got it. I believe in you.
Thinking.
Everyone's always starstruck in the presence of a champion like Scott Kimbrough.
That's how it always is.
Yeah.
Now you guys, you've gone way too far.
A previous season champion. We're not kidding around.
Now another stupid question for me, and I'm gonna hand off the questions to Marcus. Where is your teammate?
He's on vacation.
Oh.
Disney World. He's enjoying some time with his lovely wife.
Oh, Well,
Use that when
I
you
think
have
that's
sim
worth
racing.
He should've-
you
he
want a
should've took his
lame
rig with
excuse,
him.
right? Exactly.
it. Everyone needs a
Please.
travel rig.
Yeah,
Would
at least
you-
a roller?
What'd you think about that last lap, that turn,
Already
that
asked him
battle
that.
with Jake Luther? Did you ask him that?
Yes.
The battle with
Yeah.
Jake Luther?
Yes.
No, he
Kind
didn't.
of.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't really ask me that. But I mean, I guess honestly, I didn't expect that he was going to send it from that far back. So I didn't know he was. I looked at it afterwards and saw that he tried to divert all the way into the grass, and then I did the same on the exit, trying to make sure I left him room there. I just had a better exit out of that turn than he did because he was kind of tight in coming out of the grass. So, yeah,
It definitely
yeah, it
looked
was.
like quite the moment. Which track were you looking forward to more tonight, Brands Hatch or Snetterton?
Neither one.
Oh,
I mean, Brands Hatch at least kind of run on. It's a pretty short track, and again, like when you get into lap traffic and things, it can be very challenging on Brands Hatch. But the Snetterton track is probably one of my least favorite tracks that I've ever run on. Not a fan of the layout and how it races in general, and just don't have a lot of experience on it. So,
well,
I,
I'll be excited to see how you perform on a track that you hate. It'll be interesting.
hopefully, I could get out of the middle of the pack. That'll be the idea.
Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Well, good luck on the next race. Maybe we'll be seeing you in the booth.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Have fun.
Looks like our two other people left the interview room,
Wait, hang on.
but you pull someone back in here.
Where'd Kevin Hayes go?
I don't know. Pull landed in here.
We will talk to number 169, Landon Orr.
Hey, how we doing?
How you doing tonight?
Good. That race went pretty well. I was surprised.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about that P2? I was also surprised. Not in a bad way, but I did not expect you to all of a sudden be in P2. I didn't expect Kevin Hayes to be in P1 either.
No, yeah, me either. It went really well. I just kind of sat back, and luckily Chris mentioned fuel saving right off the bat. I was like, oh shoot. So I was scrambling to get my fuel calculator open on lap 1. And I'm glad I did, because I was able to balance it just enough that I felt pretty good about it. I came sputtering over the line, but it was good. A lot of fun. So hard to pass on that track, though, man. So hard.
Yeah, it seemed like those two fast right-handers or that hairpin, that was about the only place you could make a move.
Yeah, you really had to get a run getting on those, and I just wasn't doing it. I was behind Kevin for quite a while. And the best part, everyone raced really clean, at least with me. It was really nice. But yeah, definitely hard to pass, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it was quite the battle with the midfield there with the amateurs. Like, the pros were all spread out, 1-2 seconds between them. I was on that amateur fight. Kevin Medina, I guess, is in pro, but Kevin Medina, Tony Caicedo, and the two behind him, it was so close.
Yeah, everyone was right on top of each other. And I was surprised how clean it was. It went really well, considering how close we were.
That was really good racing. I don't have any questions unless you got anything, Devin.
I do not.
Well, congrats on P2. Good luck at Snetterton.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
see you out there.
We'll talk to you after that one. See y'all.
Definitely. Oh, we did have Kevin Hayes, but it looks like he has dipped out of the building, unfortunately.
Here we have a wild number 777, Bob Lindell.
If you drag him in here.
Bob Lindell, I have a few questions for you after that race.
Oh, well, maybe I got some answers.
See, first question. I've asked this to everybody I've interviewed. Where the hell is your teammate?
Oh, he is in Vegas.
He's in Vegas?
That's right.
Is he gambling on the race like I am?
Yeah, he's there. No, he's doing some scouting, getting us some new sponsors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I like
He's gonna
Vegas
throw us
sponsors.
on the dome or whatever they call it?
Yeah. Yeah, the Sphere. We were
Yeah, that's
sponsored
what it
by
is, the Sphere.
Ooh, we can do OMEC in the Sphere.
Oh, yeah. That's where you guys need to broadcast from. Coming at you live from the Sphere tonight.
If you sponsor it, I can do it.
Who'd want to see you two in the Sphere when they could see you guys? Well,
Everyone.
cars on the track.
Everyone wants to see us in the Sphere.
All right, Devin, what's your other question? You said you had questions.
See, I was just curious, how closely does the Porsche in this game drive to the Porsche you're in real life?
Oh man, I have no idea simply because I baby mine quite a bit. Not because I'm like, ooh, it's a nice car, I can't drive it hard, but because I'm kind of afraid of it still. I'm afraid of wrecking it. It's the only one I get.
The only one you get, eh?
Yeah.
Well, if
Get
you
one
wreck
shot
it,
at it.
insurance will buy you a new one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you could probably get a faster one. Like, even faster.
Yeah, it'd be a chance to
I would
upgrade.
hope so. I would hope so. We'll see. I'd
Nothing's
like to
quick
just
as
not wreck
is,
it though.
but you could get another one that's even quicker.
I would like one that's a different color. I could do that.
See, why don't you get your wife one and say, hey, this is for you,
Uh,
but I'm going to drive this more than you will.
she hates to drive it, man.
This
Is it
She
too
says
quick?
Yeah, she says it just wants to go. And then also that when she drives it on the freeway or something like that with semis next to her, she feels very small.
You can just go under the semis like Fast and Furious.
That's what I'm thinking. You got more options that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna take a little broadcast break, but Bob, you have 7 minutes to learn the track, so we can do a track walkthrough quality lap,
Right. That's awesome.
and we'll
Let's do
drag
it.
you back in here.
Throwing you back into party.
Good job, because I put him in focus.
He was definitely in focus before. I just wanted him to get, a little glimpse of party.
You're a good person. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Broadcasters gotta get out of the booth for a second and somehow make our way to wherever Snetterton is. We'll be back in
We're in the
roughly.
same country.
Well, but it's you gotta drive on a road, I assume. I don't know. We'll be back in about 8 minutes.
It's like a 5-minute drive. Europe's tiny.
All right, we're back at Snetterton. It's Devin Adams. He made his way here. I made my way here. How'd you get here?
I rode an iguana.
I don't think there's iguanas in England.
There's not a.
I think that was a person, and they're pissed. And the fact that you'd even call a British person an iguana is really upsetting.
Now you're making me just seem like a horrible person.
Honestly, who do you think you are?
You don't. That's not a good question.
A gambling addict.
No,
Now we're getting on the right cameras. Bradley Alvis, first one to make it out on track. I'm looking for Bob Lindell. We're gonna wait until he gets around, then we're gonna pull him in. We're gonna take a look at how he's doing right now. No positions up on the track map. Did you get any test drives on Snetterton?
I'm working on one right now, actually.
Why?
What do you mean? I'm trying to throw down a Q lap.
Oh. With an Xbox controller?
Yes, sir.
Did you have to buy this track just for this broadcast?
No, I did not. I think isn't this one a free one now?
Oh yeah, that's why I picked it. It's free now. I paid for this track, and now it's free. Kids these days don't know how good you got it.
I would never pay for this track.
I don't know why anyone would not like this track.
It's interesting.
You don't like Bomb Hole?
I'm like, what?
It's the one corner called Bomb Hole. It's like where you're going
The
down that back
right-hander?
straight, and then there's that
Yep,
right
turn
hand
11 actually.
that dip. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what turn you're talking
What
about.
do you think about Bomb
Followed
Hole?
by a Coram.
All right, I'm gonna need you to be silent.
Okay.
Because we're pulling in Bob Lindell, who's muted, and he's coming on to his outlap. He's gonna walk us through it.
Boy, this is it's gonna be a rough one, guys, but I will do what I can. So this is Bob Lindell, number 777 Porsche, Speed 1 walkthrough. So you're coming down the home straight here, and this is kind of a tricky high-speed corner. You kind of clip the inside here a little bit. There's a little bump on the internal apron. If you hit that, you're going to upset the car, and that's going to ruin your day. Coming around here to this hairpin, super important when you're coming around here. Swing it wide, coming close to late apex this. Don't get on the throttle too quick, or you will ditch that rear end. Now, I think the play on this corner is break about here, come around and late apex this guy if you can, but I always end up sliding myself off when I do that, so I'm super cautious. Now, you got this bit of straight here that might make for a good passing opportunity, especially if you can get somebody maybe on the inside here to get this next run. So you come around, wait till the track gets dark, get back on the power, and this corner can be super fun and fast. Hamilton, as you're coming around, if you nail that thing just right, you feel like you're on rails and you just crank it right around. All right, coming around this right-hander here, you don't want to overcook. You're feeling pretty good at that point, feeling fast, I am speed, and you're going to want to get on the brakes earlier than it seems for that one. Coming around a little bit of a finesse corner, another long straight. Handle that finesse corner just right, and you got yourself another good passing opportunity up here. But again, this is a tricky one because you're going to come up here and be watching right here on the right, and you think, hey, nice easy corner, I can get right back on the gas, but there's this big huge curb here on the right that you nail that, your race is over. So coming around, you know you're getting towards the end, you got a little bit of a bank in there so you can really cram it in. Now this corner is kind of a changing radius corner, so I've been kind of double apexing this guy, making sure at the end to leave my car way on this right side so I can get in, avoid that big curb, and then line up this finish straight. So that brings you right around to for a speed 1 lap at Snetterton.
And with a time, got a yellow sector there, green sector. Where does that put you? P13.
Oh my gosh, well, I was P27, I think, at Brands Hatch, so
Well, you got, we'll leave you alone for this final lap. Good luck.
all right, thanks a lot.
There's just something about that guy.
There is. I put him back into party. He was in focus. We'll put him. There he is, back into focus. Bob Lindell, the master of the focus. We heard from Scott Kimbrough last race that this definitely was not his favorite track, and he's not P1.
But he's only 2/10 off.
He's only 2/10 off. We'll see if he can find anything. Understeer running a little wide there. coming down this back straight. I should have a track map. I think you made a track map, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
He's coming Brundle into Nelson with that giant curb through Bomb Hole, my favorite corner for the name. Do you think it was a bomb that made it?
Potentially, this was a military base before it was, you know, a racetrack.
Yeah, do you like Sebring?
It's okay.
Then why don't you like Snetterton?
I didn't say Sebring was good. I didn't say I liked Sebring.
Anyone who likes Sebring can't say they don't like Snetterton.
Snetterton's just interesting.
Although I do feel like the mid part of Snetterton, it's like they just put it there to try to make the track longer.
Potentially.
Scott Kimbrough comes over the line, does not make P1. Aaron Myers improves a little bit. He's 3/10 ahead of Kimbrough. Nate Sides down there in 9th. Greg. Skylar Gregg up in P1 for the amateurs.
That's a new name. Or not a new name, but a new
name in P1 for amateurs.
That is true.
Brian Anthony, Joe Evers. Let's see. Landon Orr is out there in 5th place. He's got 2 yellow sectors. I don't think he's going to be improving. Where's our man, Chris Kraus? Has he qualified yet? He's not even here. What happened? That's really sad. Chris Kraus is gone. Sustained a life-threatening injury.
Looks like we have a new challenger in the AM class. P24 right now, Devin Adams, number 111.
Why did you join the race?
It was a tactical miscalculation, so I figured I'd just roll with it.
You're gonna be lucky if you have a job after this. Charles Rhodes, the sauce. A little too much sauce on turn 1 there. What do you think of the sauce's paint job?
We went over this last race, man.
Yeah, I don't remember your answer. I'm not streaming this to you. How long have I not been streaming it? There we go.
I'm gonna change my answer for this race and say I hate it.
It kind of reminds me of ketchup and mustard. This guy sounds so tired of me.
White and red.
I thought we were friends.
Me?
What do you think of Matt Markley's completely silver Mercedes?
Completely silver Mercedes. Well, it's a Mercedes, so there's that. I say we talk to Landon. Wait, is Landon still driving?
No.
What about Nate? Let's talk to Nate. We haven't talked to him
Coleman.
yet. Nate, the Iceman Sides.
What's up?
How are you feeling about this race?
I didn't like either of these tracks to begin with. And
Thank God somebody agrees with me.
After I've never raced here, that's the problem. So I'm sure once I get used to them, it'll be better. But yeah,
But it's not a very fun track to drive, right?
it's rough. I mean, I'm sure once you get used to it, it'll be all right. But I just don't have enough experience.
You're
just
pushing it
brought
now.
him in here for blasphemy.
Pretty much, I'm used to it at this point.
This is a
So
fantastic track. Just throwing it out
You
there.
think you're gonna finally beat Scott Kimbrough or Aaron Myers this race? Because I'm smelling it.
If I end up beating all the amateurs, I'll be happy.
I wouldn't go that far.
There has to be a very large pile up in front of me for me to beat either of those two guys.
Do you think that you will beat the new challenger who is approaching currently?
Daniel Hall?
No. Number 111.
Who's that?
He's in 25th right now.
Devin Adams. Oh no. Everything's going to
Currently racing on an
going
Xbox controller. I
downhill.
don't think you're going to be able to beat me.
Are you seriously on an Xbox controller?
I'm going to Max Verstappen.
Well, good luck, man.
Devin, if you grid, I'm DQing you.
That's not funny.
I mean, you're only 18 seconds behind Kimbrough, so
Exactly. I think I have a chance.
you only have up to go from here.
I think I have a chance.
Bob Lindell outqualified Shane Brown by only .002 seconds.
That is.
All right,
That
Nate
is-
sides. Good luck. We got to kick you out of here. Devin Adams has a grid walk to do.
Oh, I have to
Devin
go
Adams.
grid walk. I should
Let's
probably
go.
get off the grid.
Yeah, let's go.
We have Aaron Myers in first place for the pro class with a 147.1. Then Scott Kimbrough with a 147.5 in second place. Jake Luther with a 147.7 in third place. Then we have Bradley Alvis in fourth. Darren Rutherford in fifth. Jesse Olson in sixth. Matthew Wyckoff in seventh. Mitch Buenaventura in eighth. Nate Sides in ninth. Daniel Hall in 10th. Nick Tiro in 11th. Kevin Medina in 11th. Then for amateur class, we have Skylar Gregg in first with a 148.6. We have Brian Anthony with a 149.2.
Brian Anthony up in second place.
Joe Evers in third with a 149.2. Again, only 1,000th of a second off. Then we have Michael Doyen in fourth.
In fourth, I'm feeling it for Michael Doyle tonight.
Landon Orr in fifth. Thomas Pereira in 16th or in sixth. Kevin Hayes in seventh. Matt Markley in eighth. Alex Holler in ninth. Chris Wells in 10th. Bob Lindell in 11th. Shane Brown in 13th. 12th. Fennicini in 24th. And Devin, the man, the myth, the legend, Adams in 25th. Only, what is that, 20 seconds off a pace? He's probably going to win this race. Then we have 5 amateurs that did not qualify, those being Keith Gwinnett, Charles Rhodes, Tony Caicedo, Christopher Piero, and Parker Merrill.
It was a beautiful grid walk. Oh, it seems like Devin Adams was disqualified.
That's not very cool.
That's horrible.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know. He must have done something pretty bad to get disqualified.
You think it was an on-track incident or an off-track incident?
Probably off track. He seems to have kind of a sordid life.
I think it has something to do with his sports betting on the races.
I agree. We got a short formation lap, though. My goodness, we don't have to wait a whole lap. Here it is. There is the green flag flying. Pace car's in. Everyone's going. Scott Kimbrough is in second place. Aaron Myers is in first. We have Jake Luther sneaking up behind him. They're coming into turn 1. Bradley Alvis trying to get a piece of the action. Aaron Myers taking a gap. Scott Kimbrough couldn't quite get the run he wanted out of that corner. Coming up here to the hairpin, but there goes Jake Luther shoving it up on the inside. He's going to stick there. A little bit of fender banging. And Scott Kimbrough was actually going to keep it ahead.
Gwinnett got spun.
Who got spun?
Keith Gwinnett. He got spun by
Thomas Pereira.
Please hold. Yeah, Thomas Pereira.
We will definitely go back and take a look at that, but we got Scott Kimbrough and Jake Luther. Jake Luther almost sent it up the inside. They're still in a tight battle here. We are coming up to, this turn is Augie's. Augie's coming up into Williams onto the Bentley straight. Jake Luther hanging back. Hopefully he's going to get a good run coming on the Bentley straight. I don't think
from our
so.
pole sitter, Skylar Gregg. Let's see what happened there.
I'm going to take a look at Skylar Gregg. Here he is in that Sudi Porsche. Just Porsche doing Porsche stuff, and Mitch Buenaventura just kind of boops into the back of him, spins him around, and there he goes. That is definitely going to be a little unfortunate. We do also have a crash from Joe Evers. Ooh, Joe Evers right into the back, I believe Chris Wells. What was happening there? Hold on. That is Chris Wells in front. No, that's Kevin Hayes in front. Kevin Hayes just stopping? Ooh. I'm not quite sure what Kevin Hayes was doing, but that is not going to end up good for Joe Evers, unfortunately. We have in P1 Michael Doyen finally after so many good qualifyings and usually having something happen to him every race, he finally has kept it on the track. He's in P1. He's half a second in front of Brian Anthony in that OnlyFans BMW. Behind him, Landon Orr. But he is out there running P1, making a gap, making things happen. Maybe he'll get up there to get around Nate Sides in the Pro Division and really score some points. I don't think Michael Doyen's teammate is here either.
Michael Doyen's teammate?
Yeah.
Please hold.
While I hold, we're going to take a look at this crash from the sauce.
Michael Doyen's teammate is not here. His teammate is Richard Costanza. Just remember, everybody fights and no one quits. Veterans United.
That's a good slogan. Charles Rhodes, too much sauce. That's his slogan.
You know what my personal favorite slogan is?
What?
Grave before shave. Who do you think that is?
You?
That is not me.
What happened?
That would
to
be B&B Racing with Nate Sides and Landon Orr.
We gotta see what happened to Nick Terrell. He went off track.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
2 incidents early from Nick Terrell.
Nick Terrell. That I don't even think that was just him fucking up. It's unfortunate. Our man Kevin Hayes entered the pit lane, probably from that rear ending he got earlier on. Michael Doyen is hunting down, as we speak, Nate Sides. This is not something I expected to see. You think Doyen's gonna make a pass on Sides?
Of course. See,
Doyen
I think
can keep it
Doyen's got the
together.
pace, but I think Nate Sides has the defense.
Doyen's got the pace. He's just had the worst luck every single race this season.
That is true.
Oh, we interviewed him for one race, didn't we? I think there was one race he got an interview.
We should probably like writing this stuff down or something.
We should. We're not stewards. We just
No,
talk
we're
about
not.
what's in front of us.
You talk about what's in front of you. I just talk about random stuff.
Yeah, you just go off on test drives.
That is true.
Leave me
I can't
hanging.
test drive this race though, because you had to disqualify me.
Well, yeah.
I was on a heater.
I'm sure you were. 18 seconds. We got Matthew Wyckoff. We're still in the blimp cam. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the blimp cam. We got Matthew Wyckoff on the back of Alvis. We got the pros are a little less spread out tonight. Wyckoff 0.4 seconds behind Alvis. Looks like he got a good run coming out of Murray's there. Coming down the center straight into Riches, T1, into T2, Montreal.
You know what I'm noticing?
What are you noticing?
Chris Kraus decided to rage quit in between the races.
That's what I'm saying. What happened to Chris Kraus? He might be a little upset about that light flashing.
You might be.
He might be.
Ooh, spin from number 152, Alex Holler.
Alex Holler went off the track. Let's take a look. That was just Ferrari doing Porsche stuff. You don't see that very often.
I just messaged Chris's manager asking if he had a official statement.
We don't need to hear his official statement.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's top secret.
I
He's an OMEC team member. There will be repercussions for him. Something has happened to... Who is this? Who are we on right now? Was that Jake Luther back there? Falling behind? Or no, that was Mitch Buenaventura. Oh, who's Mitch... Who's Mitch Buenaventura's teammate?
Oh, I just saw it. Where is it?
Bradley Alvis?
Bradley Alvis, yes.
Yeah, because they're in identical cars. I'm not a fan of it, so I don't know who that was.
You're not a fan of the...
Well, I'm not a fan that they're in the exact same paint.
Oh, okay.
I need some, like, identifying markers, you know? I'm not
See,
that
I'm
good
just
at my
surprised
job.
you can memorize this many cars.
I try my best. Scott Kimbrough.
You're not going to say
P1
anything
yet.
about the 96 and the 14 that have the exact same cars too? Oh wait, no, that is
That's what I was just talking about.
I.
You okay over there?
No, I'm really not. I was thinking you were talking about the brown Valhalla libraries.
I'm the one that's 2 whiskey sours deep. I don't know what your excuse is.
5.
I don't think that's true.
I'll send you a picture.
Aaron Myers has he was pulling away at the beginning of the race, but Scott Kimbrough is definitely hunting him down. Not his favorite track, but he's still going to be out there doing his best. It's interesting that no one's teammates is here, so as much as that hurt everyone, everyone's kind of in the same boat. I thought for sure Terrell was going to rage quit after that track, but after that off track, but he has not. He's still in it. He's still in this race. Doyen is out there putting in the race of his life. 6/10 ahead of Landon Orr. Landon Orr is going to be hunting him down. That's going to be a little bit of a battle there, but sneaking up behind them, Tony Caicedo in 3rd place. Tony Caicedo. I always say his name wrong. Scott Kimbrough falling away from Aaron Myers. Not sure what happened, but that let Jake Luther catch up to him. He's 3/10 behind him.
Do you think this is going to be a double interview night for Jake Luther?
I don't know if he can keep ahead of Scott Kimbrough or not. Scott Kimbrough usually comes out ahead of Jake Luther. I can't remember the last time we had Aaron Myers in P1 or P2.
Marcus. Check DMs.
Happy you whispered that, because then no one could hear.
That's the point.
I like the Matchbox car in the background. What is it?
It's a Subaru Sandbar.
Give me a fun fact about the Subaru Sandbar.
Do you know the Subaru Sandbars are a Kai truck produced in only Japan from 19... Oh, I should know this. Hang on.
You're supposed to be ready.
I'm... They were produced from 1961 all the way until 2024. Do you know that they're produced only at the Otaikita plant in Ota, Gunma Prefecture, Japan?
I bet you nailed that pronunciation.
I bet I did too. I actually speak fluent Japanese.
Really?
Konnichiwa.
Really? Jake Luther still not able to make a pass out there. Tony Caicedo. What has happened to Tony Caicedo? Let's see some of these passes here. Why did Skylar Gregg go off the track? Why did it pause that replay? That was a pretty boring off track. We got Brian Anthony made a pass on Tony Caicedo. The OnlyFans BMW has got himself in a little bit of hot water with that light flashing. Chris Kraus is waiting to beat him up after the pits. I would watch out if I was him. Landon Orr went off track. Was making his way up to Michael Doyen. Runs a little too wide on that entry of turn 1 there. Gets it in the grass, but keeps it, doesn't lose it. Everything is all good. Thomas Pereira made a pass on Chris Wells. Thomas Pereira in that Audi, shooting up the inside of Chris Wells in that Sudi Mercedes. You got Bob Lindell lurking in the background, looking to pick up the scraps. That Audi's got some damage. Brian Anthony did get around Tony Caicedo, but he's not going to let him have it that easily. the rivalry between, we haven't seen a good fight between Tony Caicedo and Mitch Buenaventura in a long time. There goes Tony
That is
Caicedo
true.
into the grass. Could not keep up with Brian Anthony. The pressure got to him just a little too much. Where's Tony Caicedo? You should drag him in here.
Tony Caicedo is being dragged in as we speak. Welcome to the broadcast booth, Tony Caicedo, number 127.
What's going on, guys?
How's that? How you feeling? Looks like you got a little too much pressure to keep up with Brian Anthony there and ran it into the grass. What were you feeling in that moment?
This is the first day I've ever driven this track, and now I can totally understand why Devin put that poll in the chat.
There's two. There's two.
Are you telling me you don't like Snetterton?
Oh, I hate this track. It just does not flow at all.
Oh, be ready for his
Sucks.
next question. Be ready for his next question. Do you
Do you-
like Sebring?
Do you like Sebring?
Huh?
Do you like
Do you like
Sebring?
Sebring?
How can you like
Sebring's
Sebring
a
but
great
not like
track.
Snetterton?
Because this is an actual trash track.
They're both just airfields turned into tracks.
Well, you
There's
know
a
what?
difference.
Sebring is a better airfield.
Snetterton at least knows how to pave the road.
That's less fun.
Well, the bumps don't even bother me on Sebring. I never understood why everybody gets so mad about the bumps, but Snetterton just... This flow is terrible. I mean, look at this, slamming the brakes here. This, hard right. That just keeps going and going and going. We have, multiple hairpins that just don't make any sense and are too slow. The sausage curves suck. This one curve on T1 just has a divot that'll just send you off the track if you tap it.
Now, Marcus, I have a
This
question
guy.
for you.
I've never heard so much whining in my life.
Do you like Long Beach?
Yes.
Do you like Belle Isle?
Yes.
Equally bumpy tracks to Sebring.
I like
Why don't
Sebring.
you like Sebring?
I do like
That's a
Sebring.
valid argument.
Oh my god.
I like Sebring and I like Snetterton. That's what I'm saying. You can't not
Why do
like
you
Sebring but
why
like
do you like
Snetterton. Because it's just another airfield track, just like Sebring.
No. You can't
It
even
is.
call this
It
an airfield
literally
track.
is.
This is a fake track. This doesn't
This is like a
exist.
golf course.
Exactly.
All right, that's enough. That's enough out of Tony Casino. We should have never brought him in here.
Bye,
Back.
guys.
Back to the nether
It's fun
region.
talking to you. Thank you for agreeing with me.
No, he's already gone. Don't thank him for anything.
I say we bring in... I would say Chris Kraus, but I can't even gaslight him into thinking he crashed into Landon Moore this time.
Oh, he's too angry to bring in here. How about Landon Orr, and who is
That's literally what I
currently
just said.
currently chasing down Michael Doyen for P1.
Yeah. Oh, P1?
Yeah, you're in P2 right now, my
Oh.
guy.
Get me off this interview and let me get this plate.
All right, good luck. How do these people not know what place they're in?
It's really hard to tell. When the one race I did while you were, doing whatever Marcus does on his off weeks, it was impossible to tell what place I was in.
Well, here's Landon Orr chasing down Michael Doyen. Previously did not know he was fighting for P1, but he is. He is fighting for P1. Michael Doyen having the drive of his life. I don't even know if he's got any incidents this race. Out there putting in work. I think the Porsche has an advantage over the Ferrari here. Because there's a lot of slow technical corners where you need a good exit.
I think personally that the Mercedes has the highest advantage here.
Yeah, what aspect of the Mercedes makes you think that?
Have you ever seen how it looks?
Yes.
I think that's what does it.
Yeah?
That and hear me out here. You listening?
I'm always listening.
That's
Always
terrifying.
listening.
That is
Not,
actually
even when we're
terrifying.
not broadcasting, Devin. I'm always listening. Anyways, what am I listening to?
The engine of the Mercedes. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, sounds like a generic V8. Oh no, Lenador, he spins!
Oh.
He's gonna hate us. He's gonna blame that on us.
I say we bring him back in here.
No, don't bring him back in. He's gotta figure it out. But he's gonna blame us after that. He's gonna say that's our fault. He didn't know
We
he was
can always pull
P2.
in the sauce.
The sauce. The sauce just crashed.
Oh, we can't pull him in.
I think he
We
said
could
something
always
about his
bring
mic
in-
not working. I don't think his mic was working tonight.
He said it worked on his phone or something. I don't remember.
He just came to a stop. I don't know what his crash is.
We could pull in Marcus Osborne, number 7.
Yeah, pull him in. You gonna pull him in?
Welcome to the broadcast booth, Marcus Osborne.
What the hell is this? Who are you?
That's messed up.
I got pulled out of nowhere. What's Nate Sides doing?
What's it called, dude?
Nate Sides, Iceman.
The Iceman
Where's he
side?
at? He's
Nate
down
the
there
Iceman
in 8th
Sides.
place.
8th place?
He has an angry Mitch Buenaventura. I say we'll pull him in, but wait till he gets around. Oh, he just hit that sausage curb. Don't pull him in yet. Mitch Buenaventura is going to try to make use of that, but Mitch Buenaventura also has some damage on that front of that Porsche, so wasn't quite able to make a send like he should. We're coming through. That was through Bomb Hole. We're coming up to... they went through Coram. They're going through Murray's. He goes wide there, but so does Mitch Buenaventura. See if Mitch is going to have a run. I've just realized this entire time we've been on a replay, so everything you're seeing right now has already happened, but we don't know what happened. Let's go live.
I was like miles behind too.
Nate Sides actually still only 0.6 in front of Buenaventura. So even though we were well delayed, we're still right back here. It's same old action. Let's go see what this crash from Shane Brown was. In your favorite Mercedes, the Sudi Mercedes, coming up to this hairpin. Yeah. Everyone likes to spin
Mercedes.
around. Yep, that's Devin's car doing Devin stuff.
That's not funny.
Luther has not been able to make a pass on Kimbrough. The top 3 are still Aaron Myers, Scott Kimbrough, Jake Luther. Behind them, the whole 6.5 seconds, we got Darren Rutherford. Then another 3 seconds down the track, Mike Wyckoff. Jesse Olson, another 2 seconds behind him. Bradley Alvis still spread out, the teammate of Buenaventura. And then we got Nate Sides, who is pulling a gap on Buenaventura. I think he's pulling away. No problem. Michael Doyen still out there, just racing by himself. 5 seconds in front of pro driver Daniel Hall, who's followed up by Skylar Gregg, who was showing, I believe he had pole early in qualifying, right? But then got knocked back down. Brian Anthony in that OnlyFans BMW in P3. Landon Orr was P2, has fallen from the throne back down to P4. That's going to be pretty disappointing. He's going to make his way back up. Is his teammate still Nate Sides?
I'm sorry. I'm lost.
What were you doing that entire time?
You do not want to know. Chris Krause's teammate?
That's horrible. No, Landon Orr. Chris Krause isn't even here.
Landon Orr's teammate is Nathan Sides. Oh yeah, we were just talking about this. B&B Racing. Brave before shave.
What does that even mean? Oh,
that means that they're going to die
won't
before they
shave
shave their damn beards.
Oh.
Because both of them have like 32-inch beards.
32 inches. How do you know that?
I measured
When?
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
We're going to see this pass Thomas Pereira made on Chris Wells for P17. That's some real textbook stuff coming into the hairpin. Keeps the inside line. Chris Wells does not have an answer for it. Or Thomas Pereira, or Matt Markley doesn't have an answer for it. I know what's happening. The sauce crashed again. Is this another just coming to a stop, or what do you think this crash is this time? He's looking pretty unsteady. Looking like he's carrying way too much speed in there. I think he forgot where he was. Again, a little too much sauce. Tired of that joke yet?
No.
Thomas Pereira went off track just after making the pass on Matt Markley. Just overcooks it going through that corner. Matt Markley is going to be like, thank you, I will take that place back. That is unfortunate. Banachini. Ooh, everyone really overcooks that corner. I don't think anyone practiced this track tonight. everyone was just like, I hate this track, not going to practice it. And I support it. Still got Luther 7/10 behind Kimbrough. Buenaventura 6/10 behind Sides. Buenaventura looking like he might be making a pass on Sides. He's definitely kept up there. We're going to go on board with Buenaventura coming through Hamilton. Heading up now to Augie's. You know what's cool about this track? They got the corner names before every corner.
That is one thing I noticed.
Come up to
about
Williams. I like that. They should do that to everyone. Buenaventura was closing down the gap, but was struggling there. Coming through Williams on the Bentley straight. Has definitely lost some time. We're going to see how they get through this corner of Brundles and Nelson. Everyone struggles. Everyone overcooks it or hits that curb. It's a little bit of an awkward one. It's kind of technical. Go through bomb hole here. You want to be on the inside to get that grip. And then through Coram, which is just the corner that never ends. And then a hard left into Murray's. Avoid that sausage curb. And we're back on the main straight. Buenaventura has made up some ground. But not really. He's still second behind Nate Sides. Pull Nate Sides in here real quick.
Nate Sides is incoming. Nate Sides. Oh,
Yeah, wait for him to
Nate
get around the
Sides,
hairpin.
number 12.
He's getting around the
Welcome to the
hairpin.
broadcast booth.
What's up?
How do you feel about Buenaventura behind you?
He's left me alone. Tony's always had a problem with him, but he's been fine to me.
We're on board with Buenaventura right now. It looks like he just gets to close the gap, and then we'll just make a little bit of mistake, and then you end up pulling in front of him.
Yeah, he can get into corners much better than I can. This Audi likes to step out if you go too hard into a corner.
How you feel? How you feeling about Snetterton?
It's growing on me.
Yeah, you hear that, Devin?
My ears were plugged. I'm sorry.
Growing on him.
My ears were plugged again. I'm sorry.
Once you give it a chance, it's almost like some people might like it.
Yeah, no, my ears were still plugged. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like Alton Park without the goofy off track.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, I like Alton. I'm a big Alton fan, so.
Yeah, Devin, do you like Olden Park?
No.
You're a liar. Tony Casino, do you like Olden Park?
Again? Do I like Alton Park? I don't mind it if it's like.
But it's really not that good of a track, right? Right? Tony, just go with me. It's not that good of a track, right?
It's, okay.
So what I heard from Tony there was that he kind of likes it, so he should probably like Snetterton.
I'm surprised Devin doesn't like Alton being the MX-5 guy he is.
Yeah, Devin.
That's like a classic combo.
I think you should just stop trying to be contrarian and just like the track.
I don't like this.
I bet it's really hard with a controller.
I was trying to max your Verstappen. Marcus decided to, pull a plug on that one.
Probably a good idea.
I would never let that happen.
Probably be a menace.
We're trying to get people to race with us, not, like drive them away.
I mean, I could have at least beat, I don't know, Scott Kimbrough.
Well,
He's not even that quick.
I don't know. This broadcast's already driving away. We got to have like some good racing or something.
Let's see, how many people do we have now compared to when we first started?
Nate Sides, are you tired of being here yet?
No, I'm good.
Well, I'll have you know, we have 4 more people in the watching right now than we were when I last checked in on it.
It's probably all the teammates that never showed up.
And James Dean actually agreed with you.
Who agreed with me?
James Dean. He said that's a really good comparison between Snetterton and Alton Park.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. What, he didn't like my comparison to Sebring?
No, pardon my French, that's a dog shit comparison.
They both had airplanes land on them. I don't know what more you want.
So did Road Atlanta. Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta was not an airfield.
It was not, but they used that for drug smuggling in the 70s or 80s.
Great. I'm glad that's a fact,
It was one of his fun facts, probably.
That was a fun fact.
It was one of my fun facts.
During all this this bullshitting, Sides Iceman has come within a second to Buenaventura's teammate, Bradley Alvis.
I think Nate Sides needs to be in the booth constantly now because he obviously performs better.
It does. It's like his focus is increased.
James Dean is on my
7/10 now.
side. Thank God.
To be fair, I think Bradley's been going slower. Maybe he's saving. I don't know. Maybe he's short on fuel.
Oh yeah. Are you saving?
No. I'm half a gallon good. Coming up some lap traffic. Hopefully that can help me out.
Maybe the Porsches are gonna try something sneaky.
Did
Got
you hear that,
some teammate
Marcus?
action here.
Give it the old
I hear
sandwich.
what?
James Dean?
Your plant, James Dean.
James Dean
The
agrees
alt,
with me though.
the alt account you made
I would
to
never
make a
an
comment
alt account.
to agree
would-
with you and not me. Yeah, I bet.
I would never make an alt
bet.
account. He says that he does not like Snetterton, but he likes Oulton.
Well, that contradicts what Tony Casito was saying.
Well,
I was
pull
gonna
Tony
drag
back
him in. No, he's only 3/10 behind Orr. Don't drag him in.
I will not drag him in.
I'm trying not. We've already messed with Landon. We told him he was in P2, and he was like, "Really?" I had no idea. And then
Really?
he's like, "Take me out of here, so I don't spin." And we took him out of here, and then he crashed 3 laps later. So he's definitely gonna blame us for that.
I mean, haven't we done that to multiple people now? I think it's just
I
part
think
of
just
the...
Landon every single race.
Yeah, Landon and Chris last race.
We
No,
pulled
it was,
Nick-
Landon
we
was 2
pulled-
weeks ago.
We pulled Tyrrell in here, and I'm pretty sure he told us to fuck off.
I think that's what he said.
Nick was not having a good evening.
Yeah, he said don't talk to me, and then I think we said something else. I'm pretty sure he said fuck off. So he was not having a good time. I almost
He
want to
just-
pull him in again, but he already crashed this race.
We had more black screen problems today, so
Oh. Maybe he needs to spend some more money on his equipment.
and his girlfriend drank his last energy drink, so
Oh,
not a
Oh
good
my
combo.
God.
that's what happens when you get a girlfriend. Oh my
Someone
god,
needs
this
to
race is almost
create
over. Nate Sides, this is your last lap.
I know.
You got to make a move on Bradley Alvis.
Well, I also don't want to take myself out.
That'd be
That's
kinda funny
okay.
to
It'll
do
be on
that.
the broadcast, though. We're on board with you.
Exactly.
We're on board. Nate Sides. Last lap, coming into Hamilton. 7/10 behind Bradley Alvis.
Someone
Coming
needs
for
to
the old
create a
switcheroo,
no
coming into whatever
Lando
this corner is
sound
called.
on Landon spin.
What'd you say? Landon Orr crashed?
Someone needs to create a no Lando sound on Landon spin.
Well, Landon Orr, I don't know what you're saying, but Landon Orr did crash, and that is because Tony Casito hit maneuvered him on the first corner. Uh-oh. That's the checker flag. That's it. That's over. Nate Sides, we're going to send you back. Figure out what happened. Nate Sides is gone. Hope everyone had a good time. That's the checkered flag. Aaron Myers took it home for P1. Scott Kimbrough in P2. Jake Luther kept it back there in P3. Darren Rutherford in P4. Matthew Wyckoff in that Valhalla Lamborghini P5. Jesse Olsen. I'm on replay for some reason. Was I on replay that entire time? Oh my goodness. Jesse Olsen. P6. Bradley Alvis coming across the line in P7. And there is our OMEC sim racing veteran Nate Sides. Almost had it on Bradley Alvis on the straight, but not quite. But kept it ahead of Mitch Buenaventura, who is fishing in P9. Michael Doyen, we'll see him in the booth later. Hopefully he was there. P1. He just had a great race out there by himself. Not much happened. Daniel Hall, P10 in the Pro Division. Skylar Gregg, who was going to qualify first, had some trouble. Ended up in P2. Brian Anthony at P3. Tony Caicedo, P4, with a controversial pit maneuver on Landon Orr. There may be some words on that. Kevin Medina, P11 for Pro. Nick Terrell, P12, also for Pro. Not a good weekend for Nick Terrell. He's going to be upset about that one. Thomas Pereira, P5. Bob Lindell finishing P6 for the amateur division. Getting some points there for his missing teammate. Matt Markley, P7. Keith Gwinnett, a lot of crashes and trouble in the first race, still ended up P8. Chris Wells, P9, and Alex Holler rounds out your top 10 for the amateur division. Landon Orr knocked down to 11. P2 to 11. How they fall. Have you pinged the people. You have. So we are
I
just
have already
waiting.
pinged the people.
We are
Oh,
waiting.
here
for
we
some
have our
people.
P1 in Pro Class, Aaron Myers, number 22, the professional Miata driver.
Not quite a professional Miata driver, but
Marcus, you have any questions for Mr. Aaron Myers to start it
Aaron
off?
Myers, have you won a race yet this season?
no, this is my
This is your
first
first
one.
win.
How you feeling?
Very excited. Yeah, that was a great race.
Especially to keep it ahead of Scott Kimbrough. We were interviewing him on the last race, and he said this was not his favorite track, and he might struggle, but he was still pretty close to you the whole race. I was surprised because at the very beginning, I saw you pull away, made quite a big gap, but then Kimbrough was reeling you in. I was waiting for him to make a move, but you kept your cool, kept in front of him. How was that for you?
It was definitely nerve-wracking. Yeah, for sure. So, I started to pull away, and then I got into my own head a little bit, made some itty-bitty little mistakes, and then I not let him catch back up to me. But just kept my head in the right spot, and luckily stayed ahead. So,
How'd you feel about Snetterton? What's your thoughts on this track?
when we were practicing for it, I was not a fan at all.
Thank God.
So I thought that was a little ironic because it's probably my best performing track with y'all so far, but
It's just not a good track.
Good thing it was free and you didn't have to buy it like I did.
yeah, that's a little rough.
Well, congratulations on P1. You got any more questions, Devin?
I would just like to congratulate you. That was an awesome performance from you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
You
very
started
much.
in first, you held it all the way till the end, and you managed to, fight off Scott Kimbrough.
Yeah, those are going to be bragging rights for the next couple of weeks with the team. Which,
Yes, it is.
Quick shout out to the Valhalla boys. Brown car for life. Let's go.
Definitely. All right. Well, hopefully we can keep up the momentum. We'll be talking to you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Everybody's clowning on you for fucking putting this track on the schedule.
This is the best track.
Landon, Tony, Charles.
Whoever's clowning on me can eat shit because this is the best track. Landon or.
Oh, y'all tilted me, man. I'm
You're
blaming you for my
P11.
bad performance.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Michael Doyen. He was P11. He doesn't really get an interview, but I don't know. Michael Doyen.
Michael Doyen,
This
P1 in the
P1
amateur class, number 139.
You have had quite a rough. You always run into some bad luck in your races this season, but this one you got pole, you ran it ahead. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty stoked. That first race, I was a little upset. I got hit in the rear by Tony Casito, but stuff happens. It is what it is. Definitely was not expecting P1 in the amateur division this race. Rich and I were pretty busy this past week, so the only time I got on the track was last night with you guys. I think I did about 15 or 20 laps.
Nice. What do you think? What do you think about Snetterton? You love it? You hate it?
Well, I love it now that I just took a P1 home.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Yeah, it looks like not a lot of people's teammates were able to show up tonight. We just had a lot of single people out there, so I don't kind of hurt everyone in the points. So I think you're still in it for the points, even though your teammate wasn't here.
Yeah, so we were just kind of talking, and I'm just a little bit more of an aggressive driver than he is, and he just didn't feel comfortable getting on track, with not really getting any practice. He didn't want to ruin anyone's race, so he was just in my ear the whole time, being my engineer. So that helped out a lot. I wasn't having to look up at my relatives or anything in the standings.
Ooh, that'd be a pretty good strategy. You need a third teammate to be the race engineer for every race.
Exactly.
Well, that's all I have. Congratulations on P1. You got anything else for him, Devin? Devin's gone.
Devin's always gone.
Devin is out of here. You never know when he's just going to disappear. It's a problem. But congratulations on P1. That was a beautiful drive.
Thank you,
Hopefully
Marcus.
we can.
Appreciate it.
Maybe we'll be talking to you next week. We'll see.
Hopefully, we're going to put the work in for Spa for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we have P2. Yeah, Scott Kimbrough or Skylar Gregg. We'll see. Scott Kimbrough, P2 in the amateur division. Scott Kimbrough, how are you feeling about that track?
Yes, guys, I got P2 in the M division. I love it.
AM division? No, pro division. Did I say AM?
You just said M division.
Oh my god, I was thinking I had Skylar Greggs. You got P2 in pro division.
I was hoping maybe you
ready.
moved me down.
No, you can't. You're too good for that.
Oh, I need an old guy class. Can you make an old guy class only?
Yeah, that'll be next season. We'll have 3 classes.
Like,
How are you feeling there? I saw you kind of picked it up to Aaron Myers, but couldn't quite get a move made. How'd you feel about that?
yeah, it was. I was happy to just find a little pace during the race because I don't like the track. I don't run on the track. I don't know the track that well. So trying to figure things out as I was racing and qualifying and practicing. So the race went better, and I felt like I could keep up with Aaron. And then I was probably a little too close to him, and I don't know if he missed a corner or something, but I kind of came to the back of him much quicker than I anticipated, which made me overreact. And then he got like a 1.5 second gap, and I couldn't close it after that. He ran a great race and stayed out of trouble. And so, yeah, congrats to him. He ran a fantastic race.
Can I just say thank you for not liking Snetterton? I've been fighting this fight all night.
It's terrible. It's a terrible track, in my opinion. Everybody loves different tracks, but for me,
this one is like not good.
Yeah, this is like somebody had a farm at one point, and they said, "Hey, let's put a racetrack on it. You got somebody that can design it?" And like their cousin came and designed the track, and that's what we got.
You ready for a fun fact about Brands Hatch?
Okay.
Did you know that Brands Hatch was originally built on I think it was a cow farm?
No.
And then the British military used it for World War II as a bombing practice area, if I remember correctly. Please let me check my notes.
Are you sure you're not talking about Snetterton?
Nope, 100%. I'm talking about Brands Hatch. It was used for... No, I'm sorry. It was used for storage for military vehicles and was subject to multiple bombing raids.
Wow.
And then they decided to use it as a dirt track for motorcycles.
I can get with Brands Hatch a little bit. It's semi-fun to drive. The thing that blows me away about Brands Hatch is that at one point in time, Formula One cars ran there. That seems crazy. That seems really crazy. Did you know that
the last race was in 1986?
Yep. Because Daniel Hall just told me. We were talking about it during the race. So it really
the first one was in 1951, if I remember correctly. I think it was October 14th.
Yeah, that's... I don't care what time period it is. It's crazy to think about Formula One cars going around that little bitty track.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations, Scott Kimbrough on P2. Hope you're ready for Spa next week. Got some endurance action going on. So
I like the endurance races. Thank you guys
for
keeping the C in challenge, but keeping it lowercase. I appreciate that. Lowercase C for challenge. I like it.
We do our best.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
And here we have Skyward Greg, number 777 or 75. Please pardon my poor English.
No worries.
How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty well. Yeah.
Pretty well. I think you're doing pretty great after P2. I don't think we've ever talked to you before.
Yeah, I mean, I did get a win a couple weeks back, but I don't think we were broadcasting.
You can blame Marcus for that one.
Yeah, my bad.
Hey, that's no worries. I'm a shy guy, so I didn't mind missing the interview. Well, yeah, so I just went into this one. I knew not a lot of people were going to be familiar with Snetterton. I had a little familiarity with this, so I just spent most of my time practicing that. And, man, Daniel Hall can defend pretty well. He was stopping me from getting that E1, but it was still a good race, kept it clean. Just trying to keep up on the rankings for the season.
Who's your I'm sorry for just butting in on you, but who's your teammate this season?
Daniel. He just has some real life commitments, so he's not always here.
I gotcha.
This is the week of no one's teammates showing up, so you're definitely good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is my first season back. I used to drive a lot a couple years ago. Then life got busy, so I did not mind at all. Took this one kind of chill, just trying to learn how to drive again and see where it goes in the next season too.
Amazing.
I
Well,
got you.
it's definitely good to have you. We're happy we finally got you here in a podium interview on the broadcast. You got anything more for him, Devin?
I would just like to say congratulations. That was an awesome race from you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Great. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out racing with us. Maybe we'll be talking to you next week.
All right, sounds good.
And here we have the last person for the interview, Charles The Sauce Rotes,
Hello.
number 517. What would you like to talk to us about today, Charles? Or should I call you the Sauce?
So, I had a little incident in the beginning of the race with Alex. We were we were like 2 wide, or maybe 3 wide. I'm not sure, but I got a little too close to the grass and I spun, and then I in turn hit Alex, and then the rest of the race after that was a spiraling downhill.
It did seem there was a lot. It kept telling me you were crashing, but you were just coming to stop. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, there was a few. I would like lose traction, and then I would see that there was like cars that had lapped me coming up, so then I would just let them go. It was all like this all stems back. So during the break week, I had used my spare time to practice Spa instead of these tracks.
Smart.
And so, I mean,
We have a Spa demon on our hands.
I'm
ready for next week.
I'm hoping the sacrifice of not learning these tracks pays off next week, because that's really
got
what
it.
it came down to.
You still have a couple drop weeks left over. This could be your drop week, and it could all pay off.
Yeah, and I'm totally in support of hating the second track. I can't even pronounce the name correctly.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'll sign the waiver, or I'll sign the little
Uncultured swine.
But yeah,
I don't support it.
sorry, my mom called me. We got
I was like, did my internet cut off? What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I'm keeping a positive mindset about it. We got next week. I got the rest of the season. I got the whole rest of my career. So, hell yeah.
Definitely. It's only up from here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good to have you. Maybe we'll be talking to you next week with a podium interview. Who knows?
Hopefully, I mean, we'll see.
Definitely. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
We're going to bring, before we end this, we're going to bring one last person in here. Landon, or was there something you were wanting to say?
No, it's just frustrated. No, it's
I knew you were gonna blame us. I let you know you were in second. We put you back in the group chat. This one wasn't our fault. You crashed like 3 laps later. There's a clause there.
No, once I found out I was fighting for P1, I did push harder and I burnt myself up. But
yeah.
No, it was. The worst part too is that I spent so much time practicing Snetterton, but I barely practiced Brands Hatch at all.
Damn. Well, you have to get out of the party chat so we don't pull you in interviews anymore.
I know. No, that's fair. That was fair. Honestly, Michael put up. I kept waiting for Michael to make a mistake, and he didn't. Like I keep closing on to him, and I couldn't do it. But he put in such a good race, I couldn't do it.
Michael had a race engineer because his teammate didn't want to race his track, wasn't feeling comfortable, so he was his race engineer for the race.
Oh, is that where George was? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw he was commenting on the stream.
And Bob Lindell, when the number 777 Porsche has just joined us.
I saw you guys were still broadcasting, and results are not yet official, but in the AM division, we have a 3-way tie for 6th. So
Who were those 3?
Well, these aren't official yet, and I just noticed one of them doesn't make sense. So maybe ignore that. I just got excited.
Who were the 2?
Well, we've got Joe Evers and Landon are both tied for 6th for sure, and I see Charles Rotes in there for 6th, and that doesn't feel right given the velocity on that, so I have to check it. But yeah, results incoming.
Beautiful. It looks like season 7 schedule is just dropped amazingly.
I just laughed so.
It looks like it's Snetterton all across the board.
Snetterton.
That graphic is provided to you by Patrick Cantrell. He makes all our graphics for us. This one he really spent a lot of time whipping up.
Yeah, that looks like Patrick
It
quality right
does.
there.
This is Patrick quality. That's what you're looking at. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. The broadcast is going to end here with Landon and Bob in the booth. Do you have any final words for our viewers at home tonight?
First, thanks to my wife for letting me do this every night, and then second, thanks to you guys for doing this broadcast every week. Really appreciate it, guys. A lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Devin? Any final words?
I just hate Snetterton, and that was a great race. It was fun watching Bob Lindell in the number 777 Porsche land or wipe out a couple times in 169. I know what car he drives. Give me just a second. Hey, give me that. Hurry.
I was going to end the broadcast when you said I hate Snetterton, but I couldn't get to it quick enough, and you kept talking.
And what was it? And Landon Orr in the 169 Ferrari. I love watching these two race. It's just such a blast, but I hate to see this one end, but it's time.
It's time. Snetterton, best track ever. Goodbye.